Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sports Center. I'm Cari Champion, and this is Coast to Coast. So I spoke to some Rams fans. I did a survey, and they're not envious at all. They're happy for Carson Wentz. That's what they told me, David.
All of this right here is a representative, and then when he pops the question under the Eiffel Tower or wherever he has to do it in order for it to be legitimate, then you start to relax and be like, wait a second, I just got regular old crackers. I thought it was a Ritz.
Okay, but wait a second. It's become a tradition to propose at these sporting events. Because did you guys see Vernon Davis? If we could show that video, did you see his face? Because he also
he was appalled.
He was appalled. He was like, so he was squinting.
These are examples of powerful women that love sports and know sports. How do you know the women don't want the proposal at the stadium? Maybe that's her dream.
Why are you turning it into a different thing? How did this just flip on us?
Only reason y'all brought me on here to join in y'all flourish was because y'all needed somebody to beat up on and represent men. That's what y'all needed.
What do you mean?
What do you mean I flourish?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. We're just having a good time as friends.
I'm trying to educate men out there.
We're entertaining and giving sports.
I'm 12 years into this thing.
12 years married. Things going to change.
Yes.
Okay, you know what's not going to change is that I'm going to have you guys on the show all the time. I miss you guys. It's been a while.
Well, we got to come to you now. You're so famous. Like, we just got to come to make sure we can be
They want an old school OG podcast with you.
Oh, okay, so Coast to Coast 2 hours. We're in a podcast coming.
That's
Can you plug my show, Coast to Coast 2 hours? Our show? Done and done?
Yes.
All right, his and hers, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday, this is what we do. So 2 games in, best quarterback so far.
Oh, God, you're going to have to wait for that answer.
Uh-oh, that's a tease. That's what we call it. Sports Center, Coast to Coast, back in just a few moments. You didn't know Belichick does not perform surgery, and that's what the medical staff is there for. He calls the plays, so it's a great deal. It works out that way. NFL analyst Keyshawn Johnson joining us now on SportsCenter Coast to Coast. Your reaction about it, and you're in the locker room. What do you think he's doing right now trying to get Brissett ready? Just going to break, and I know it's only been 2 weeks, but if you had to say, just by the eye test, who's playing the best under center? That's fair.
That's fair, right?
Yeah. So speaking of Cam, Vikings, Panthers, Bradford's there. No Peterson. How do they do? How are we? Are we friends? Yeah. Okay.
Nah, ain't gonna be none of that.
Won't be none of that. All right. Keyshawn Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, on SportsCenter Coast to Coast. We're back after the break. Is here with me right now, joining us here on SportsCenter Coast to Coast. It's a beautiful ring, my friend. I appreciate it. So tell me about the ceremony and the atmosphere at the very first home game in over 20 years.
Well, the atmosphere was phenomenal.
I know you have a radio show, and he was on it, and he said he thought that the Rams defense could be probably one of the best to ever do it in history. Do you agree? Carson Wentz, who could have been with the Rams, there's all this coulda, woulda, shoulda, and no one ever knows, but we think to ourselves, why isn't he playing?
I always say for a quarterback is coaching.
You talk about the coaching. You think that maybe they need to get a little more help at the coaching area to bring him along.
To bring him along.
So that he can actually see some playing time on the field.
I believe that.
That's fair. Let's talk about Ezekiel Elliott. Last time Eric was on the show, we talked about your rookie rushing record, and you were so eloquent in it. You said many have tried, but
all have failed.
Just a reminder. So you and Ezekiel Elliott have a relationship, a budding relationship on what he should and shouldn't be doing. You were with his agent?
Well, I had dinner with his agent last night.
Very fair. Before I let you go, I wanted to ask you about your cousin, Ricky Seals-Jones. We talked about this a moment ago. Whiteout, Texas A&M. They beat Auburn 29-16. Talk about this young lad for a moment. Who's better? You or Ricky? I got to tease you every time. Me.
He's a receiver.
Who's the better athlete?
I was faster.
Okay.
Let's put it like that. I was faster.
I knew you were going to say that. Competitive edge till you die. Ride or die. Eric Dickerson, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for joining us.
It's always great seeing you. Thank you.
Thank you. David, I'll send it back to you. Play character Robert Katende, and he's a chess coach. Yeah. It's a true story, and from my understanding, producers read an article that was in ESPN the magazine, and they thought, why not make this a true life story into a film? Tell me more about it. Robert Katende, his impact that he had on the children there and what he's been able to do. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, he was an orphan himself, but an incredibly talented soccer player, incredibly talented educationally. But
Coming during the commercial break, I'm a huge fan. I saw you in Selma. I think that you're such a graceful, elegant actor. So do you purposely choose roles that speak to your spirit? How do you go about that process? My understanding, you grew up in London, and you are, is this true that you're a fan of Scrabble?
I am a big fan of Scrabble.
Yeah, we've done our research.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you mind if you want to play a quick game
Oh,
of Scrabble
my
before we
goodness.
get you?
Okay, let's do it.
Is it okay? So.
I should give up Scrabble now.
You're like, pass. Because we knew Deflategate would be tough, so we wanted to lob that for you.
Thank you.
You played soccer, though. That's your competitive
I did.
spirit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I loved playing soccer until I unfortunately got injured. My ankle, but you don't have to.
I feel as if I should. Sports Center, Coast to Coast. We'll be back in just a few moments. Please check out the film, ladies.
I'll join you.
Yeah, join me. Queen of Catway, ladies and gentlemen, in the theaters Friday.